Hi, everyone, and welcome to this session of the Show Up to Rise Up Summit. I'm so excited to be here and share with you all about LinkedIn and about how you can make LinkedIn work for you. But why you're seeing this video before the actual training is because I'm so not good at doing slide decks on Zoom. I didn't put my picture up there somehow. And so you'll see the slide deck and hear me talking, but didn't get to meet me. So I'm hoping that this will give you an idea of who I am and how passionate I am about sharing the power of LinkedIn with people, especially women entrepreneurs and business owners, and that you get something out of the session. And please, if you do, or if you want any more information, please reach out to me. There is some information at the end of the session. It'll show you where. I'm obviously always on LinkedIn, and there's some free offers for you at the end of the session. So please enjoy. I hope you get something out of it. I look forward to hearing from you. And again, Janice Porter, I'm a relationship marketing specialist, and I love sharing information with you about LinkedIn. Hi, everyone, and thank you for showing up today to my portion of the Show Up to Rise Up Summit. First, I'd just like to thank Dr. Madeline for inviting me to join you, and I'm very excited to share with you my take on making LinkedIn work for you. So here goes. First of all, I want to make sure that you understand the power of LinkedIn when we're through, the importance of a fully optimized profile, some actionable steps for you to do to create your profile, and have an opportunity to reach out to me if you want some help. A little bit about me first. I started my career as a teacher and then became a corporate trainer. I am known as a master networker and super connector, and a lot of that has happened over the last few years through using LinkedIn. I am a LinkedIn trainer, and independent LinkedIn trainer, and a relationship builder. I also like to nurture my relationships by using a system of a company I'm affiliated with called Send Out Cards, which sends real cards and gifts in the mail, even though you do everything online. And it saves you time, saves you money, keeps you connected to people, and nurtures those relationships because it keeps you top of mind. I also have a podcast called Relationships Rule, which you'll find on all the podcast channels that are out there. And my favorite title is Grandma, and that's my little granddaughter that I play with as much as I can. And that's where we're at today. So why LinkedIn? If you're a business professional, a business owner, an entrepreneur, a sales professional, you need to be on LinkedIn. And it is, I don't know if you know this, but now there's over 1 billion people on LinkedIn in the beginning of 2024. So it's getting up there, and it is the only business platform of the major social media platforms that are out there. So it is a professional network. The beauty of being on LinkedIn and conversing with people on LinkedIn is they know that this is a business platform. So you can get to the heart of talking business much faster than on any of the other social media networks. I know you're going to tell me there's spam on there, so much of it now these days. And you know what? I think that is because a lot of people are coming over from the other platforms and they don't really know how to be on LinkedIn and how to use it professionally. So there's some of that, but know that it can get you more referrals. You can build connections. You can find collaborators. You can become an authority in your field. And you'll find that LinkedIn, when used properly, is very powerful. So it's really important to optimize your profile. I believe it's all about relationships, and that LinkedIn is a tool for building relationships, not about selling per se. It's not a sales tool. It is a lead generation tool. And when you're building leads on there and building relationships, it takes a bit longer than it does to, just pitch and find out numbers wise who's in and who isn't. But I feel in the long run, it's much more satisfying. I've met people myself on LinkedIn when I've just exchanged a message or two and then taken that that new relationship off LinkedIn onto a Zoom call, book them as a client. It can work. And there are some key pieces that make that work. Paying attention to details, asking questions, showing that you're interested in them. Make it all about them, not you. And so I think that showing what you do, who you are, and what makes you an expert on LinkedIn is important. It helps your profile rank higher in LinkedIn searches, and it builds trust among those who might want to connect or follow you. So it really does start with a fully optimized, up-to-date, current profile, as that is likely the first impression that people have of you, especially if they Google you. And who doesn't do that these days, right? LinkedIn is highly indexed by Google and usually shows up in the top 3 listings or returns of your search. So whether your LinkedIn profile is good or bad, it still shows up. So you want to have a very good, best first impression. These are the things to make sure you have working for you on your profile. I just want to share a quick story here about a client of mine, Carrie. Carrie needed to update her profile to include a new part to her business. She wanted to mix the 2 pieces together and bring them together in her About section. Within 2 weeks of implementing the training that we did, she received 2 calls from potential clients who'd seen her new profile, and both of which she landed as clients. It worked. So I hope that can happen for you too. So I want to show you some ideas about how to optimize your profile. And what I'm going to talk about first is above the fold. Above the fold is what the old newspaper term. You used to see what was above the fold first. It's the same with your profile. You see some things first without anything else. And the first impression is usually set from that. You'll see your header, you see your headshot, you see the headline, you see your About section. And then below you'll see, well, actually your About section is just below the fold, and your experience sections. And then we also have above now the featured section. So what I'm going to talk about today are what I call the 4 H's: the header, the headshot, the headline, and what's called the hook, which is the beginning of the About section. So let's take a look. This is my client, Sandy, before we did any work together. And this was the first impression that you would get of her profile. She has no header. She's got the default blank beginning. She has a family picture as her headshot. Now, remember I said this is a professional platform, so that's probably not a good idea. And she has minimal content on her headline, and it's just pretty blah. So here's what it looked like after we worked together. She has a customized header, which is, you can tell right away she has something to do with gifts. She's also put her URL up there for her website. She has a better headshot. Now, this is still, if you look really, really closely, you'll be able to see that there's somebody beside her. You can see the shoulder of the person beside her. So it's not a professional headshot, which is what I do recommend for you, that you have not a selfie, because then your eyes are not facing the camera. You need a fully professional headshot. If you can't do that and can't afford it right away, get someone to take your photo in good light with nothing distracting behind you. A blank wall is the best thing, a light colored wall. And then when you've got your headshot, then you work on your headline, which is the most important real estate on LinkedIn. Notice how hers shows up: retail gift consultant, corporate gifts, helping business professionals choose the perfect gifts for their clients. It shows some keywords of her business, and it shows a benefit statement that she helps people with their perfect gifts for their clients. Much more informative, much more fully optimized in those places. Here's another one. This is another client of mine, Sean. Sean, again, nothing there makes you want to go further. So again, I'm going to show you the after picture. World of difference. I hope you think so too. This is in line and color scheme and everything else with his website. It shows the kind of clients that he has in the fields that he works in. It shows you a very full headline and a good professional headshot. Makes a world of difference. So remember your header, your headshot, your headline. Those are the 3 H's we've looked at so far, giving a much better first impression on your profile. And again, with Sandy's, same thing. You can see the difference there. Now, the 4th H is what I said was the hook, and that is the beginning of your About section. Your About section on LinkedIn, you have 2,600 characters. That's letters, numbers, spaces, everything. It's about 500 to 700 words, I think. And the first part is the hook. The first part, or the hook, are the first 4 lines of your About section, which is all you can see on your desktop version before you press the See More button. It's actually 2 lines, I think, on your cell phone. It's fewer anyway. And so you want to be able to make people feel curious about finding out more about you. Make it a hook that makes them want to click that See More button. And then once you've got the hook, you have the body of your About section, which speaks to your passion for what you do and also speaks to your target audiences and their pain points and how you can solve them. And then you always end with a call to action, showing how people can find you and get hold of you. So this becomes something, when I work with my clients one-on-one here, we do this together, and I actually love creating that brainstorming with them to make it work for them and be really unique for who they are and who they deal with. So here's an example of Sean's. Now you might not be able to see this too loud, too long or hard here, but you get the idea. He has his own business. He's telling the story about how he started, and those 4 lines come before the See More button. Sandy's, and here's another couple of examples of a hook. Here's one that one of my clients did. Have you ever, this person's a coach. Have you ever wondered what your true purpose is? It's not just about making a living, but something deeper. The answer lies in discovering your why. Why did you choose your particular type of business? And the second example is, forget whose this is now. In today's short attention span world, it's more vital than ever to communicate compelling, memorable, and actionable messages to your target audiences. I can help. Professional creative will cut through the clutter and set you apart in this templated world. Yes, this was a copywriter that I worked with. And so she knows what it's going to take. And so I want to know more about how she works with people. The other piece that's really important today to have on your profile is your featured section. And your featured section is a place to basically pin posts or pin links that will help people see things for a longer period of time, just like you do on Facebook when you pin something. So when you post something, it's gone in 3 seconds. And this gives you the chance. This is some examples of pinned posts that I had on my featured section in my profile. There's another feature on LinkedIn called Creator Mode, where I can't go into it in detail here, but you'll probably notice whether you see somebody you want to connect with, whether you see the connect button or the follow button. That's the key that shows you right away. If you see the follow button, they're in creator mode, and they have access to LinkedIn Live, audio live on LinkedIn, and creating newsletters on LinkedIn. We used to be able to do a profile video, but last month, actually, that just changed. We can't do that anymore, but I have other ways now to suggest to my clients that you can do that and work with it on your featured section. So if you know that you're looking for support to take you to the next level with LinkedIn, if you're wanting to update and optimize your profile or ready to take advantage of the power of LinkedIn to grow your business, then I would love to work with you. And I have for you a free download, which is a 16-point checklist of things, all of the things you need to do to update your LinkedIn profile and optimize it. But I want to just mention a couple of things before I go, and that is I mentioned at the beginning that I'm all about relationship marketing. And I see LinkedIn as the premier networking tool these days because I don't go to a lot of in-person networking events anymore. I have broadened my horizons since COVID, believe it or not, by using LinkedIn as my primary networking tool. And I also believe in spending more time in the mailbox on LinkedIn than I do on the newsfeed. Now, those are the two parts to LinkedIn that help you use it effectively. Obviously, your newsfeed is where you show yourself as an authority and post things, whether you post once a day or once a week or once every 2 weeks. You're showing your expertise in what you do. You're not selling, you are educating, you are entertaining, and you are sharing a little bit about yourself. But where I find LinkedIn is not used as much as it could be is in the mailbox. And I believe that the dollars are in the mailbox, that you can learn how to do strategic searches, how to search for people that are your target audience, and you can then start to connect with them, start to have conversations with them, invite them to events, share some expertise with them. You might have an ebook to share with them, or a white paper, or it could be a carousel that you want to post, that you want to share with them privately. That is where I believe the power is in LinkedIn. So if you're about building relationships, if you're about how to do that properly on LinkedIn, please do reach out to me and let me know, and I'd be happy to talk to you about the best ways to do it. You can book a call with me here on my calendar, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and you can I think that might be to download my ebook. I can't remember now. I just realized that I've changed it. However, there's many ways to get a hold of me. I would love to hear from you. And I hope you enjoy the Show Up to Rise Up Summit as much as I enjoy being part of it. And thank you for being here, and thank you for listening.